Gadsden, Jamaica, that's what you're looking at right here. And we're showing you this because Hurricane Melissa is impacting that particular island, impacting Jamaica, and really impacting the Dominican Republic as well. Hurricane Melissa now a Category 5 storm, and we're hearing that it's probably going to be catastrophic in terms of the sort of fury it unleashes on Jamaica and other islands within this region. It's going to be a big weather story that we'll be covering for you throughout the next couple of days. Hopefully, this Category 5 hurricane will eventually fizzle out and it won't cost any more lives. Again, we'll kind of keep you updated on this throughout the next couple of days. In the meantime, getting you ready for the opening bell at the New York Stock Exchange. It is set to ring here in just a little bit. Here's a look at pre-market trading. As you can tell, all three major U.S. indices are looking up. The Dow, S&P 500, and the Nasdaq are all in the green. The Nasdaq up over a full percentage point. So hopefully it stays that way, and it is a good day of trading. But again, we'll take you to New York and the Stock Exchange for the opening bell here in short order. Now, let's get you over to David Brody, though. Good morning, David.
Good morning, T. Bates. Time now for our daily dose of dollars and common sense. And that means we're going to bring back the guy that's right now co-anchoring this show. He hasn't left. He's also the American Sunrise Early Edition host, the guy behind Jake's Take Substacks. He's also a very happy Jet fan this morning because we are on our way to the playoffs. We're now 1-7. So that's got it. Yeah, I mean, here we come, 10-7, the way I see it. Hey, Jake, the mainstream media taking sides against America again when it comes to this story about Ronald Reagan's 38-year-old message about tariffs. So what is the real deal, Jake? Give us the common sense answer here.
Yeah, well, first, I'm so frustrated with this. Listen, I don't mind them. If the mainstream media was just checking everybody's facts and being tough on everyone, that would be fine. But, you know, it doesn't matter whether it's China, North Korea, Hamas, Canada. Whenever they come out and attack America, they immediately just take that as fact, do no fact checking, and then move on. The real deal is that Canada has been incredibly protectionist and in a petty way against America for many decades. You know that the department store industry in Canada collapsed years and years ago, but Canada still blocks Walmart and Target from coming in there. They finally let one Target in there years ago, but they killed their supply chain. So people lined up around the corner in Ontario, walked into a Target, and there was nothing on the shelves. That was well before COVID, by the way. This is a petty country. That's the story. The fact that they're even allowed by just common sense to run an ad like that. If we had a real responsible mainstream news media, they would have said, hey, wait a minute, you guys are so protectionist against us. You got these crazy tariffs against our dairy products and stuff like, why are you doing this? But there's been no questioning of that. It's just Trump's angry because they used Reagan. You know, it's a stupid news media. By the way, it's not only because they're unfair, it's also because they don't know. I mean, if I asked the news media, if I asked David Muir on ABC News to find Canada on a map and tell me what the capital is, and he would not find it. He would tell me how to do some good curls, but that's about all he does.
Ottawa, and I can find it on a map. All right, Jake, The trade war with China seems to be easing. What can we expect from President Trump's meeting with China's president on Thursday in Seoul?
Yeah, you know, listen, these things go up and down. Right now we're having a little, because, you know, President Trump really pushed them and threatened 100% new tariffs. And so China's backing down. And that should be a good thing. Listen, I don't care if you like President Trump or not personally. This seems to have worked. Now, I know that China's going to renege on this a little bit later, renege on it. I get it. But for now, they're not. And we're going to get our rare earths. And the markets are celebrating it. And so pretty much everything that they were going to talk about and maybe go face-to-face has already been done. Secretary Scott Bessent handling that over the weekend. And so on Thursday when they meet in Seoul, it's going to be nice. They're going to shake hands. And sure, China in 6 months or a year will probably backtrack on it. But that'll be another 6 months to a year, David, that our rare earth miners will have to get their infrastructures up, get those mining operations going, and we'll be in a much better position by then. So to me, this is good news for now. I'm not singing Kumbaya. It's not over. But we should be happy with this, and I don't care if you're a Republican, Democrat, or something else. We should be happy with this. The markets have real skin in the game, and they're celebrating it. Maybe take a cue from them and stop being so obstinate, everybody.
Yeah, tariffs part of the art of the deal, if you will. All right, Jake, finally, Ford has a tough decision to make when it comes to which models to make with a limited amount of materials. But you say it's not a tough decision at all. So tell us more. We got about a minute.
Yeah, remember that movie Sophie's Choice, where Meryl Streep has to choose which child to say this ain't Sophie's Choice. Ford has a limited amount of aluminum, so they're of course going to shelve the EV version of the Ford F-150, which is not a hot seller, Forget that piece of junk. And they're going to put all their aluminum that they have left into their gas-powered F-150s. That's their bread and butter. Duh. I mean, honestly, when push comes to shove, we know where the real priorities are, and Ford telling us that loud and clear.
Yeah. By the way, will you ever buy an EV? The answer will be never. Ever? Ever?
No.
Ever?
No, not at all. Not at all.
Not at all. Well, we have the tape now to prove it, and it's on 3/4-inch tape, so we're good to know. All right. All right, Jake, thanks for being here. Appreciate it. I'm just cracking myself up with my own jokes, which is really, was honestly pretty much a low point in my life. Time now for T. Bates in Denver for the opening bell. The New York Stock Exchange, let me think. Oh, yeah, it's sponsored by AMAC.
The Association of Mature American Citizens is the conservative voice for Americans 50 and older. AMAC is fighting for the values that you hold dear. Join today. Together, we can write the course of America.
We're less than a minute away from the opening bell at the New York Stock Exchange. Momentarily, you'll start to hear the applause, and that will be the countdown for the opening bell. As I told you just a little while ago, pre-market trading looking pretty solid. All of the major indices were in the green, which is hopefully going to be reflected once the bell officially rings and the market's fully open for this week of trading. It's Optimum Bank, which is at the podium right now. You hear the applause, which means the bell is going to ring here in short order. And then we'll get an idea if there's a change or if the markets are staying strong. Right on cue, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The markets are now officially open. There's sprinting happening on the trading floors as those first trades and buys and sells are being recorded. And just like that, as I promised, it looks like the markets are starting off on a pretty positive note. The Dow, S&P 500, and the Nasdaq are up. Just a couple of blemishes on our screen, but it looks like crude oil is also up. So far, so good in general if you're going to be trading. Well, you may want to buy gold, and you can actually get yourself some free silver. Here, get yourself one of these right here. For every $5,000 purchased from the Birch Gold Group this month in advance of Veterans Day, they're going to send you a free patriotic silver round like the one I just showed you that commemorates the Gadsden and American flags. Gold is up over 40% since the beginning of this year, even though it may not be up today or at the moment. The Birch Gold Group, however, can help you own gold by converting an existing IRA or 401k into a tax-sheltered IRA in physical gold. Plus, they'll send you that free silver coin that I just showed you, honoring our veterans on qualifying purchases. If you're current or former military, the Birch Gold Group has a special offer just for you. They're going to be waiving custodial fees for the first year on investments of any amount. With an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau and tens of thousands of satisfied customers, many of whom are RAV viewers, we really want to encourage you to diversify your savings into gold. Simply text the word America to the number 989898 for a free information kit and to claim your eligibility for free silver with qualifying purchases before the end of this month. Again, text the word America to the number 989898 today and get the hookup. Still to come here on American Sunrise, NBA Commissioner Adam Silver says he is deeply disturbed by the league's gambling scandal. He's speaking out for the very first time since the story broke. We'll show you what he had to say and how far the scandal truly goes. It's next here on American Sunrise.